birders, it's Lynn here, and time for another fun little illustration tutorial. This time it's based around the theme of movement. So I thought we'd just paint a mouse on a scooter. It seemed to, it made me smile. So yeah, so we're going to be painting this little fun illustration of a little mouse, and you can certainly have some fun with these guys. So the version that we're going to be doing today is just a little single mouse that sat upon his scooter. Now I've already got the line drawing ready, and this is going to be available also on my Facebook page as well, so you can actually get a copy, download this, so you can actually use this for your own use. So what we'll do to begin with is we will start by painting in our little scooter. Now paintbrush wise, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to use a nice size 5, and we're just doing a very simple little illustration. So what I'm going to do is I've got a bit of light blue here to begin with, and we're just going to use that to paint in the scooter. So I'm going to start with the wheel arch to begin with. Now this is just going to be, like I say, the underpainting. And we can just get a little bit of texture going on through that arch as well. We don't have to have it completely covered and it be a solid colour. It does tend to look quite nice if it's just got a little bit of a wash type effect to it. So I've just wet my brush again. I'm just going back over it again. And we'll just leave 1 or 2 areas of highlight there. So we'll carry on with the front of the scooter. Now you can paint your little scooter whichever colour you like. You don't have to do the pale sort of blue that I'm doing. I just want to be careful around this bit that we don't lose that lovely edge that we've created around that wheel arch. So just leave a little bit of a gap. Between the 2 painted areas. There we go. Okay. And then lastly, we just need to do the front wheel arch. Like so. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of fun with colour. Let's just give him a little red lamp at the front. And then we can also pop in some red little hubcaps. Let's just do a little red tail light as well. Okay. So we can pop a little bit of detail onto our little mouse now. So I'm just going to use a little bit of grey and pale brown mix for our little mouse. And first of all, I'm going to paint all of his body, and then we'll just add one or two little details later. I'm not going to do the tail because I'm going to do the tail pink. And I'm not going to do his feet because I'm also going to do his feet pink as well. I'll do his little arms. It's got two of those. And then let's do around his face. We'll go into the ear, but again I'm going to put a little bit of pink in there as well, and we'll put some pink on the end of his nose. There we go. Okay. So while he's drying, before we do any more details on our little mouse, we can turn our attention to the tyres. So I'm just going to do a little bit of black around the tyres. I'll do both of those. Then let's paint a little bit of colour on the seat. We'll go with a paler sort of blue-grey colour for the seat. I think that colour will look quite nice coming down the edge of the bike as well, so let's just do that. Let's pop that colour just around this edge here. go. We can use a little bit of yellow on the lights, so we can pop a little bit of yellow on there. And on the front. And then let's do the pink. So I've already got the pink mixed up in my palette, so I just need to get that going again with a little bit of water. So we're going to do a pink tail. I'll do some little pink feet. We'll have a little pink nose. And then let's do a little bit of pink in his ears. I'm just going to pop a little bit of the pale grey into the wheel. I'll just shade that out ever so slightly. And we'll do the same on this one. And then again, just shade that colour out. Now, our little mouse is wearing a scarf, so let's give him a little stripy scarf. So I'm just going to use the tip of the brush and we'll just paint some little red stripes on his scarf. And then let's just do the tassels at the end. And we'll repeat that on this one. And again, some little tassels. We can just extend those tassels ever so slightly. So I'm just going to change my brush to size 1. And let's just make those tassels just that little bit wider. Not the tassels, the stripes even. There we go. And we'll just do the same on this side. There we go. We'll carry on the stripes around his neck. And then we'll just give him a little bit of a cap as well. So I'm just going to use a little bit of blue. Let's just give him a little bit of a cap. Let's put a dark blue peak on it. And then should we give him a pom-pom? Let's give him a little pom-pom on the top of his hat. And we need to give him a little jumper, so let's go with the colour green for his jumper. I'll just paint that in. Just be careful of the red on that scarf. There we go. Got his little jumper. Okay, so all we need to do now is we can just revisit some areas and just do a little bit of overpainting. So we'll come back down to the bike and let's just put just a little bit of shading in places. I'm not going to go too mad with this, but we'll just add a little bit of extra colour. Do the same on the front wheel. Let's just shade that out ever so slightly. And then let's give our little mouth a little bit more colour. Just do around his little legs. And come around his bottom. A little bit more pink into his tail. and also his feet. Then we'll just put just a little bit of shading just underneath those wheels. There we go. So it's up to you now how far you take your little illustration. You could go further and just pop in a little bit of a background. So if you wanted to, you could certainly start to add a little bit of blue sky behind him. So let's just mix up a little bit of blue and we'll do exactly that. Just want something a little bit pale, don't want something too heavy. So just take your time and come around the shape of the scooter, just being careful of your outlines. And then with some cloud-like strokes. You can then add in pale background. Now for an extra bit of texture, you can also use a little bit of tissue. So we'll just continue to work our way around our design. Being careful around the scarf. You can always add a little bit more water just to get that paint going a little bit more. And again, for a little bit of texture, just use a scrunched up tissue. Onto the little intricate bit in the middle. Let's keep going. You don't have to think about this too much. You can be quite sort of loose with your brush strokes. And we'll come over the top of the little mouse, around his nose. And then again, screwed up bit of tissue. To create that texture. Very nearly finished. Let's go over the top of the hat. And around the scarf again. Lovely. Again, let's do that texture. He's looking rather lovely. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So what we need to do now is we just need to do the finer ink details. So pen wise, I'm going to keep to a 0.5. I'm going to keep it nice and sort of not a chunky line, but a nice, more solid line. So let's just come around that pencil line that we've drawn. And we'll do the other side too. We can put some little wheel nuts into those wheels. We'll come around the mud guard. Now you can have some fun with this design. You can add in another little mouse that's standing on the back if you want to. You could have some fun with him delivering some flowers or balloons. It could be that he's got a little banner that he's holding wishing somebody a happy birthday. So there's lots of different things that you could do with this little chap. But like I say, the basic design is on my Facebook page, so you can actually get a copy of that you're then able to trace. Or you can have a go at doing it freehand. So we'll come around our wheel arch here. We'll do his little lamp and his handlebars. And then let's do the seat. So let's turn our attention to Mr. Mouse. And do his feet. And then let's add in his tail. To add in a little bit of blue there, I've just missed it, so let's be careful of that ink pen, but I'll pop in the blue there and also there between his legs. So I'll come around his little jumper. Put a couple of lines on the base of his jumper. And then let's do his scarf. I'm just going to outline both sides. Let's do a scarf around his neck. And then we just need to outline his face. I'll do his pom-pom. And there we have it. One little Mr. Mouse. riding a scooter. But he's great fun to paint, and like I said to you, the basic design is a lovely, lovely design. Suitable for male birthday cards as well, so you can certainly have some fun with that. But it could be that you, like I say, you add a second mouse to your design. You have him carrying some flowers, or delivering, I don't know, pizza. It could do anything really. He's ever so versatile. So I do hope you've enjoyed that. I do hope you've enjoyed painting along with me and enjoyed the inspiration as well. Do have some fun with these guys, and please do join me again soon. Take care now. Goodbye.